This week on the Spotlight, Robin Ventura always has answers, and there's always questions. And then we have some John Danks. He's pitching in the majors now and talking about it. And then we go to Paul Konerko. You'll hear from him this week. But we have a special introduction from Lou Aldeng. Lou, what do you want to say?
Just want to say, Benskowski, happy 25th anniversary, and hopefully many more to come.
Check out my website, benkowski.com, for my weekly article and up-to-the-minute trivia sites. It's the 25th year of the Lansing Floral Sports Spotlight. Flowers for every imaginable occasion at Lansing Floral Shop. Call them at 708-474-1212. They deliver. You've got to get to Jack Desmond's Irish Pub for Benkowski Trivia. In June, I appear on the 12th and 26th at 8 p.m. Those are Wednesdays. $10 domestic buckets on Wednesday as well. 10339 South Ridgeland. Easy to reach. Jack Desmond's Irish Pub. Want to get a haircut from a great hairstylist? Call mine, Rose Murillo, 312-726-2201. With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. Demitas is a great coffee shop. When I'm a little bit sleepy, I race to Demitas Coffee Shop for a lift. 1066 West Taylor. Breakfast, lunches, mochas, lattes, cappuccino, tea, baked goods, superb French toast, great chicken salad. Open Tuesday through Sunday. I can't say any more about Demitas Coffee Shop. Dave McLean Antiques. Open 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Saturday. Always buying and selling quality antiques, art, silver, coins, vintage bicycles, great wholesale prices. They're located at 2716 West 111th Street. Check out Dave McLean's Antiques. You ought to try Sam & Sons Jewelers like I have. Custom-made jewelry. You can buy it, sell it to them, trade it, they'll repair it. Certified loose diamonds and gemstones at 10640 South Cicero. Great people to do business with. Sam & Sons Jewelers, 106th and Cicero. Great food awaits you at Ignat's Ristorante, 2421 South Oakley in the old little Italian neighborhood. Chicken Vesuvio and Cacciatore, steak Isabella veal Parmesan, Chicago's best time out, Chicago Magazine, 190 North, all say, get to Ignat's Restaurant, 24th and Oakley. We're back in the Spotlight. We're talking White Sox. And an interesting tidbit with Paul Konerko. Of course, the game is long over after you're watching this. But Konerko ended up with a couple of tickets to Game 7, Blackhawks Detroit. And as we discover, he's way into hockey. Grew up playing it, being a fan of it. And just seldom has the opportunity to go to a game, certainly in the playoffs, when the White Sox play virtually exclusively night games, except when they play at Wrigley Field. And so this weird alignment of the stars occurred. Day game at Wrigley, Konerko available at night. He talks about that, and also a little bit about the rivalry with the Cubs and the whole, I don't know if you could say the shine is off, the interleague concept. I don't believe it is, but this is a lot of the rumbling you hear from people, and he addresses that as well in the usual wide-ranging Paul Konerko interview.
I'm disappointed.
How happy are you that the Cubs don't have more night games?
Yeah, I came across some tickets from a friend of mine, and my first thought was I couldn't go, but then because I never think of a weekday game being a day game. So then it hit me that we had a day game, so, lucky me, get to go to the game and catch it. Hopefully we don't do anything stupid like have an extra inning game or any rain delays tomorrow. Let's just keep our fingers crossed there.
The last one, do you know a lot of the Hawks, I assume, or a few, or a couple? Or
Not really. I mean, I've shook hands and met a few of them, but I wouldn't say I know any of them well. But, you definitely come across guys when you're playing the city, whether it be for certain events or just, out on the town having dinner, you kind of meet some people. But all good guys, as most hockey guys are, and, hopefully they can pull it off.
Did you play any hockey as a kid, or did you just watch it on TV?
No, I did. I grew up, I was born in Rhode Island, lived in Connecticut for a while, and played till I was about 15, 16. So, still get out and skate when I can, as far as the team doesn't know that. But every now and again I get out there with I have a couple of buddies that coach some younger kids back home, and I'll get out there with them sometimes in the off season.
Were you a winger or a defenseman?
I was a center, then I moved over to the right wing. Yeah.
Are you looking forward to seeing Sale back out there tonight after missing last week?
Yeah, I mean, you always look when you're playing defense, you always look forward to seeing Sailor out there. I mean, he's fun to watch, and he's kind of our big gun. So hopefully, anything he had going on with his shoulder or elbow or whatever it was last week is he's over that hump and well rested and goes out and has a good one tonight.
Is there any difference for you guys at the plate when you have a guy like that out there that goes deep into games? He's not giving up a lot of runs.
No, I wouldn't say that. I mean, usually when he's going well, you're off the field and you're on offense, and I think that's always a good thing. That it seems like you're always in the dugout, and that's always a positive. But yeah, I wouldn't say there's anything you do strategically or anything like that. I mean, I can't think of anything.
You've had these head-to-head games that count for a while now. Is it still the same vibe, or is the intensity of the games at all diminished here?
Well, I think interleague in general, over the years, when teams are playing each other so much, and you've seen every team in every ballpark, it can't help but kind of be a little bit, I think, for the player side of it, it's not quite as heightened as it used to be, but I'm sure from the fans' perspective, it's the same or better because they haven't done away with it, and they've actually. The way with this new schedule with Houston now is interleague throughout the whole year and all that. So it must show up that it's something what people want. And I think for us as players, it's nice to get into some different ballparks during the year that you normally don't get to. I think we go to Philly this year. We've already been to New York, Washington. So that kind of breaks it up for us. But it's just like anything else. So the more you see of it, it's not quite as built up as it used to be.
Paul, forgive two repetitive questions, but the seventh game tomorrow that hopefully you'll take in, what kind of kick is it for you to see a hockey game in person, especially a game of that magnitude? Yeah,
I mean, really kind of a dream for me. I've never been to I think I went to a playoff game a couple of years ago, but I was up in a box, so that's a little bit different, and just the way our seasons work out, you never really get a chance to have something like that happen. So I'll definitely take it in, and I watch a lot of hockey. I watch tons of games in the off season, and I watch everything I can during the season. It's just it's something I've always been into. So yeah, I'm looking forward to I don't know what to expect. I'll be like a fan. It'll be pretty cool.
Is it also something when you're an athlete in the city and the other team in the city is at the pinnacle that you even reach out more to them or root more for them?
Well, I think everybody, likes a winner. Everybody likes to jump on board. For me, again, it goes back to, I was raised, my dad played hockey, winning the Stanley Cup is the biggest thing in the world. That's the biggest thing. I can remember, I could go back to every year since I was probably could remember and tell you every Stanley Cup winner from then on, and remember the captain who lifted the cup. I could tell you all that. So I know I recognize the magnitude of it and how cool it is. And I mean, I think you're always pulling for the guys on the team that have not won one. So that's the big thing in hockey is those guys are animals out there, and you appreciate their.
And we'll have a little bit more of Paul Konerko next week on The Spotlight. You've got to get to Lansing Floral Shop. Open at 8 a.m. daily. Besides a great array of live flowers, they have custom silks, Bridgewater candles. They want you to plan your parties early on a wide delivery area. They're located at 3420 Ridge Road in Lansing, or you can call 708-474-1212. Weddings, funerals, birthdays, anniversaries, and guys, try the No Reason flower. Believe me, it works. Lansing Floral Shop. Give them a call, 708-474-1212. You've got to get to Kelly's Tavern. You'll have a good time. I'm cracking up thinking about it. Benkowski Trivia, 44th and Wallace, Friday, February 15th, and again, Friday, March 1st at 8 p.m. Come out and play. Bring your friends. It's fun. Kelly's Tavern, 44th and Wallace. See you over there. McKell's Inn, where good friends meet for a cool one. 3259 West 111th Street, just west of Kedzie. Tuesdays and Thursdays, they have $1.50 domestic bottles, $4 Guinness every day. Great people, great staff, and trivia switches to Monday nights starting January 14th. You don't want to miss that. At McKell's Inn, 3259 West 111th Street in Mount Greenwood. Since 1967, El Jardín has been serving the finest Mexican food. Before, after, or during ball games, located conveniently just 3 blocks south of Wrigley Field, 3335 North Clark. Whether there's a game or not, you still get hungry, and El Jardín has great service, great food, and great drinks. I've enjoyed every meal I've had there, and you will too. So get to El Jardín for great Mexican food at 3335 North Clark Street in Chicago. You'll be glad you did. We're back on the spotlight. It's time to talk White Sox. And a guy who had a serious injury, missed a year, but is back, is John Danks. He diligently went about his rehab. He was in spring training. He had the idea that he could break camp with the White Sox, but it wasn't to be. He stayed in Arizona on the extended spring training. He got in some rehab assignments. Everything didn't go just the way he wanted, but he is back now. And he talked about the Cubs and just the idea of facing major league hitters again, and a little bit of his approach and how his success, at least initially, was better at the major league level than it was when he was pitching in the minors.
You know, that's the hardest part, you know, when you let them know that I'm ready to be back and they feel like I'm ready. You know, still hadn't had a chance to see big league hitters, you know, so you know, get out there and face a big league team and have decent success. You know, does nothing but just build confidence, you know, moving forward.
John, the wind's probably going to be blowing out tomorrow. Does that make any difference to you? And have you pitched over there when it's like a gale going out and becomes like a blowout?
You know, I'm not sure if I have or not. You know, I've pitched enough games over there that I'm sure I've run into one, but yeah, it just puts more emphasis on keeping the ball down and letting the guys in the infield do some work for me. But yeah, I mean, obviously as a pitcher, we'd prefer it to be blowing in, and that changes the dimensions of that ballpark a lot.
We kept seeing your numbers on the rehab starts. There were some walks and some command issues, it seems like, and you come back here and there's no walks and you had great command. Is it as simple a thing as adrenaline, or is it more complicated than that?
You know, I wish I knew the answer. You know, I hope it's adrenaline. You know, because there's plenty of it here, but you know, I don't have an answer for that. I think you know, the rehab starts, it was, you know, trying to throw hard. You know, we had a number. You know, kept hearing float around. You know, velocity wise, and you know, maybe trying to do too much in that regard, but. You know, up here it's about winning ball games and throwing the ball where you're trying to throw it. So, you know, I really don't have an answer. I hope it's all in the past. It's just part of coming back, you know, from surgery, I guess.
At the bullpen field?
Great. Everything went good. Arm feels fine, and like I said, looking forward to tomorrow.
Have you had a start where you really had a lot of adrenaline going outside of maybe the first one back?
Over my career, you mean?
No, I mean like after the surgery.
Oh, no, I mean not really. You know, obviously, you know, first spring training game, you try to control a little bit of nerves just first time out, but that's more, you know, getting over that mental block of cutting one loose and not worrying about it. And as far as just adrenaline to go win a ball game, you know, I don't think there was any of that until my last start.
It's hard to imagine nerves on your part. I mean, you've pitched some pretty high-profile games, that blackout game, if you recall, and I know you recall it.
Yeah, no, that's just part of growing within your career. I think being able to handle different situations and fortunately I've been able to throw in a couple big games. So we'll do our best to approach it like any other game. And like I said, the Cubs game's different than any other game on our schedule. So it'll be fun. Looking forward to it.
Thanks.
Thank you, John.
You got it.
With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. You've got to get to Lansing Floral Shop. Open at 8 a.m. daily. Besides a great array of live flowers, they have custom silks, Bridgewater candles. They want you to plan your parties early at a wide delivery area. They're located at 3420 Ridge Road in Lansing, or you can call 708-474-1212. Weddings, funerals, birthdays, anniversaries, and guys, try the No Reason flower. Believe me, it works. Lansing Floral Shop. Give them a call, 708-474-1212. Little Frank's Pizzeria and Bar. Thursday, $1.50 Miller Old Style. And of course, my trivia games alternate Thursdays. The next one, June 6th at 8 p.m. You know they have $12 large pizza and pitcher all day, every day? Easy to reach at 79th and Narragansett. Check out Little Frank's. You'll be glad you did. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie does tune-ups, transmission, AC service, engine repair, tire repair, oil changes, and emission system repair. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., and they've done a great job for me. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie. You've got to go to At the Office, Sports Bar and Grill. 15 appetizers, flatbreads, burgers, wraps, paninis, 20 sandwiches, soups and salads at 4901 Cal Sag Road in Crestwood. It's just a block off Cicero near 132nd. It's a great place, At the Office. We're talking to patrons here, and they really seem to be enjoying their food. Tell us your name and what you're eating.
My name's Justine. I'm having the scallops tonight.
And it looks like you're cleaning your plate fairly well.
We are. The food here is fantastic. Absolutely delicious.
How did you hear about it?
My friend found it on an online review, so we thought we'd give it a try. She heard excellent things about it.
What a segue. Okay, friend, tell us your name and what you're eating today.
My name's Lee, and I'm just sharing a plate of scallop and a steak with the 2 friends here.
And so far, what are you thinking?
It couldn't be a better choice for a birthday present for my boyfriend.
Wow. What a good man.
I'm a lucky man. I'm a lucky man.
Okay. Well, and you're enjoying your dining experience, you'd come back.
I definitely will, and we all couldn't be happier than the choice I made. Seriously.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Thank
Thanks.
you.
I don't mean to laugh, but there's something about the team Buck Foston there aren't too many teams like them, and you got to come here to experience it. Let's start off by having each person introduce themselves and say a little fact about themselves, like we rehearsed.
I'm Jesse Helmick, grew up in the Mount Greenwood, Illinois, South Side Chicago, and I too love Nick and Vito's pizza like Pat, and most here.
Wow, that's deep. And you're wearing a Blackhawk shirt.
I am.
Favorite player?
Ooh, Hossa, my all-time scorer.
Wow, that's pretty good. Okay, and now I would call him the perpetrator of Buck Foston. Joe, introduce yourself and give us a cogent opinion.
I'm Joe Winicki, and I was going to say a fact. My first fact is, second fact is, we got to edit that? That's good.
We'll see.
That's good. Carmelo Anthony, MVP this year. That's my cogent opinion. Way better than LeBron. way better.
All right, and now for a differing view, introduce yourself and do your shtick.
I'm Eli, right here from Portage. And the reason he's wrong is Carmelo Anthony probably is a better scorer, but LeBron, top 20 in at least 5 different statistical categories. Greatest player of this season. Full, complete player, can play defense too.
Hey, bar. And you're welcome to join the bar and help them. We got birth years, music, or 80s TV. Shauna? Music. Remember, the last name of your answer begins with S. In 2007, this country-esque artist sang Teardrops on My Guitar. Yes, Taylor Swift is good. And now the bar to 11:10. The corner is up. Within 2 years, when was Patrick Kane born? 5 seconds. Going. Did you say 90? 88. You're within the 2. You're wearing the answer. And the corner, 8:30. We go to the Incredibles. They're enjoying themselves. TV, music, or birth? Remember, the last name begins with S. 2004, Piece of Me. Ashley Simpson is right. That's really good. You go to 560.
I eat antipasta twice just...
Salerno's Restaurant and Pizzeria at Grand and Racine is the place to go before United Center Pavilion, Bulls, Hawks, Cubs, and Sox too. Dine in or carry out with great family recipes, including homemade pastas, steaks, seafood, a great fun bar area. Meet people. Have a tremendous time at Salerno's Restaurant and Pizzeria, Grand and Racine. You'll find a great variety of foods for you to enjoy at Salerno's.
Albo's Sandwich Shop is new. They got good stuff. Open 11 a.m. Monday through Saturday. Italian beef, sausage, meatball, steak sandwiches, parmesan, soups, Italian subs, salads. At 6316 Archer, right around Mobile. Albo's Sandwich Shop. Really good stuff. Swanson's Deli, Beverly Ritz Catering. Homemade soups and salads, fresh sandwiches, eat in or take out. Daily specials for lunch or dinner, and home of the famous cheese ball at 2414 West 103rd Street at Western. You've got to get there, and their catering serves any size. Swanson's Deli, Beverly Ritz Catering, 2414 West 103rd Street at Western in Chicago. Reggie's is a great place with tons of music, interesting people and staff, great food and drink at 21st and State. And amongst the cool things they have, Benkowski Trivia. The next one, June 10th at 7 p.m. Reggie's, 21st and State, a fun place. You ever feel like a beef sandwich? You should go to Beefy's, 5749 South Harlem, a neighborhood tradition since 1987. They have a famous chicken sub, too, double cheeseburger, dine in, carry out. You name it, they got it over there at Beefy's. Wide-ranging menu, 5749 South Harlem. We're back in the spotlight. The winds are picking up, and I'm going to talk fast so I don't get caught in the rain. We just talked to manager Robin Ventura, and he, too, maybe in a little different style than Paul Konerko, just by virtue of the questions that are fired at him, has some wide-ranging stuff. And so he talks about individual players, league things, and you name it, disciplined hitting, whether or not he was disciplined. And it's always kind of fun, particularly when he finds something in the wording of a question that he can turn on somebody, and that'll happen in this. So listen for it. Robin catches somebody with a fluff in their question.
I guess you're just happy to get Sale back out there after missing last week's start.
Yeah, it's one of those that you're glad anytime he goes out there. But I think feeling right now just how healthy he feels, and it was a good break for him. So hopefully, he goes out there and sharp and feels fine. But it's always nice, when he takes the mound.
No limits that you
No. Again, I mean, everything's the same as far as you just talk with him, and it goes by how he feels and how the game's going.
Is it tough though with the weather conditions possibly interfering consistent innings for him?
I don't know if it's consistent, but you obviously don't want to start and get rained out and have him just wasted for the night. So it's just one of those, you hope that if he starts it, it's a complete game, that he can pitch and can get his normal innings in.
Keppinger's in there. Keppinger's
no, he's not. Yeah,
is he okay?
Yeah, he's fine. It's just one of those that he's had some stuff probably 4 or 5 days ago that he's ended up playing through, but it's just a day off just to give him a break, and he'll be back in tomorrow.
Do you have a steadfast rule if a game does go under a rain delay that regardless of circumstances you won't put the starter?
I don't know if it's an exact science, but that going back out there, so we can make that decision if it happens.
Alejandro's strikeout rate right now?
I would like it not to be as high as it is. It's one of those, I don't know if it, him having a few home runs early has led to this, but, he knows it needs to cut down, and he needs to, keep some balls more on the ground than in the air. I think that's probably led to it more than anything else.
Is it a situation where you could work it out maybe further down in the order, or give it much thought?
I don't know if that's necessarily going to be the way to handle it. I think for him, he's better at the top. If we had a different answer to that, maybe. But right now, I just think having the conversation and being able to work on it is going to be better than moving him down.
Robin, there's been a lot of interesting talk during this series about both teams' offenses, patience, on-base percentage. Are patient hitters born or are they made, from your experience?
Well, they first have to be born, and then, they first have to be born. And after that, I think it's how they play baseball. I think eventually they can work on it and get better at it, but, it's just one of those. I don't think everybody's that way. Some people don't have quite the patience that other people do, and I think that comes with confidence of the way you're swinging. And when guys are confident, they're just more patient. I think the better people are, the more patient they can be.
Frank Thomas came up right after you. Was he patient coming into the majors, from what you could see?
Yeah, he had a good idea of the strike zone, and he just always had that.
And were you as a hitter?
I was terrible. It's just start out not doing so well, you don't become very patient. So you learn that over time to become a little more patient and confident, and at different points in your career. There's some days you're very patient, and there are the days you're not.
This week's show has been brought to you by the Lansing Floral Shop. Call for your flowers at 708-474-1212. Huck Finn, a great wide-ranging menu, along with donuts and ice cream. Open 24 hours at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Imprint Graphics, leaders in booklet, perfect bound saddle stitch. Very competitive pricing. Call 708-396-1010.